I just love the art direction on those mountains. Do you love the art direction on those mountains? Because I love the art direction on those mountains, and I think you should like the art direction on those mountains. Anyway, hey everybody, it's Chugga Conroy. Welcome back to more Okami. In the last episode, we learned Cherry Bomb, our 5th brush technique, I believe? Yeah, I think so. Anyway, and in this episode, we are going to go ahead and turn in that monster side quest that we took out after last time. I went ahead and hunted all the monsters off screen, and you might notice now that it is daytime. The reasoning for that is that, well, this game does have a day and night system similar to Ocarina of Time, but later in the game, you're able to control night as well as day. As of right now, we can just turn night into day because we're, you know, the sun god, so. But you do get control over night later in the game, though, so as of right now, if you want it to become night, you have to wait for it. And let's go ahead and talk to this guy. Right back here, we show him his Mika's monster notebook. I don't believe it! Every single one of his monster's name is crossed out. Yeah, I know! I can cross out letters! It's absolutely wonderful, alright. And he gives us gold dust, just like I said. Gold dust is one use. You just go ahead and go into your items, your tools, use it, select the weapon you want to power up. We're going to power up our Divine Retribution. We're going to be getting a new weapon soon, though, so that really isn't the wisest decision, I guess you could say, though, but there's tons of places you can get gold dust in this game, so I don't think it's hurting too bad. Unfortunately, these few seconds are going to have to be post-commentary. I kind of collected a stray bead off-screen when doing that monster thing, and I didn't have it recording, though, so here I'm just editing this in post. Right there next to Mika's house, a stray bead, not difficult to get. All you have to do is just dig. Alright, now that we got... Yeah, God, I had like a bubble caught in my throat. That's what happens when it's like turning to the winter time. I don't know, but... And up there is Kamiki Village. As you can see, in some games they might make big areas difficult to navigate, but not in Okami. If you look at the background of the environments, you can see big signs showing, like, you know, where each area is. Like, go and rewind, you can see Kamiki Village, Hana Valley, etc., etc. So yes, very good game design. But anyway, we're going to be doing the last few things we can do here in Shinshu Field, and then heading back to Kamiki. Very nice. Let's get this. That right there is an exorcism slip S. We've gotten one of those before. Same thing. And now over here is something that's semi-important. This guy is falling down. You're like, ow, ow, ow. This is Ida, not Ida. Ida. Trust me. This guy is a dragon carrier. This is actually the postal service in this game. He doesn't look like a real superhero of the American people. He looks more like the failed superhero of the Japanese people or something. And he wants a Traveler's Charm. And if you have a Traveler's Charm in inventory, which we got one in Hana Valley in a treasure chest, we can free him and he will give you 10 praise. As I explained, Traveler's Charm give you a level of godhood, but you can also use it for this. I believe this is the only time in the game where an NPC is going to want a Traveler's Charm, so it's not really an important thing. Anyway, right here near the Guardian Sapling, we have a Demon Gate. Let's go in. And after the battle, we restore this area, and we get some bunnies. Fortunately, we do not also get Hot Rod Flames, but hey, bunnies will have to do. And don't light them on fire, please. Woo. Alright, we have... I think we need to get about 200 praise before we can upgrade our thingy-mabobber, our ink, excuse me. Yes, thingy-mabobber, that's a better name for it. That's what the official name should have been. If you go up here and dig after taking care of that demon gate, please, you can get this. Stray bead! Alright, 2 stray beads already. Something that I should mention, 100% in this game. When I say 100%, I mean we're getting all the brush techniques, I mean that we are getting all the stray beads, I mean we're getting all the sun fragments, and we're maxing out all of our stats. Because some people have been complaining saying that you know, like, oh, you missed like a clover or something like that. I'm not going to try to get all the clovers or like dig up all the treasure. That'll take a lot of time. I'll show like ones that I know of that are not too off the beaten path, but that's about it. And then after that Demon Gate, we get a treasure chest that's going to be containing a very helpful item that a lot of people seem to neglect to use, at least the people that I know who have played this game, rather people that I tied down and forced to play this game because they had never heard of it before. We get a Vengeance Slip. This right here is temporary invincibility. It will temporarily deflect enemy attacks. Fighting a really tough enemy and you don't have any godhood and you don't really have any Traveler's Charms, that is an extremely good thing to use. And the very last thing that we're going to be doing here in Shinshu Field is... Okay, that's enough scribbling. That's enough scribbling for you. You can regenerate off of just that. Yeah, you don't need it. Come on. I think the field's addicted to our ink. It's like a drug. And we don't have the proper feedback. Great. And right here, this merchant, he says, "What am I doing here again? Yes, I took shelter in the Guardian Sapling." I don't know why he sounds like that accent that you hear on the subway that you can never tell what it is. Or accent of a person who works at the subway. He says if he sniffs out any nice bowls or dishes, don't leave him. He says to sell them and he'll pay him. Just, find anything like that on me? Did you should sell it all? I mean, what are you going to do with a bunch of stuff like pots and dishes? Yeah, I don't get why they did this, but instead they give you just a bunch of items that you can sell that have no purpose besides that. These are all the treasures that we found so far. We don't have very many right now, but we're going to get more. And you can get a lot of money from doing that. There's also some fish that you can sell, but we're going to get into that later. Going through the merchant's items, these feedbacks self-explanatory. Revenge slip we already explained. Look at 10,000 yen and we got one for free. Exorcism slip we already explained. That just does damage to nearby enemies. Steel fist sake will temporarily increase your attack power. Steel soul temporarily increases defense. And holy bone we have explained heals your HP. Or solar energy. Whatever. Same thing. Heart container. It's interchangeable. And now that we've done all that, we are now going to return to Kamiki Village. I'm just going to bloom these trees really quick because I can, and I'll make it go faster. And we missed one. Great. Yeah, you just had to be a stubborn little tree and not get bloomed. I don't want to come back to life, Mommy! That sounds like a really bad, like, fan fiction or something. I don't know. Anyway. And Kamiki Village is bustling once more. I missed the awesome music that played here, though. Let's see if this merchant has anything different. I'm just curious. No, it is not. He is interchangeable with the other merchant, making his existence completely pointless. But right over here, we got Pothead, and he is going to tell us... Kumosu is going to tell us that we have 15 more trees that we need to bloom. So, yes, we have the responsibility of doing this, even though they don't know we can do it. He's like, oh. While we're going through here, I thought I'd explain something. I've been getting quite a few messages debating the pronunciation of the characters' names, and I just thought I'd give you guys a bit of a Japanese lesson really quick. In Japanese, vowel sounds don't change. No matter what vowel sounds there are, they don't change. A's are always said as A, E's are always said as E, I's are always said as E, O's are always said as O, and U's are always said as U. So it is Amaterasu. It's not Amaterasu like a lot of people have been telling me. It's Amaterasu. Anyway. People have been telling me power slash that, and that's actually quite cool, I have to admit. And then this is actually something I've been meaning to show off, is that we power slash the orange on top of Mr. Orange and Mrs. Orange's house. Boom! You get a bunch of, like, weird oranges. They're Kamiki oranges. I believe this is the only place in the game where you can get Kamiki oranges. Yeah, you can only find Kamiki oranges in Kamiki Village. No! There were quite a few secrets here in Kamiki Village that I knew about and I didn't show on the first time, and a lot of people wrote in about them, and I really do appreciate that. But I kind of just wanted us to get going with the adventure at the beginning to show this on the second visit. Get an exorcism slip up there if you do that. And it's about to turn nighttime, meaning that we can go see Mrs. Orange and get those, well, get the reward that she promised us, those cherry cakes. First in their house, we can do this, and we want to dig back here. And you will get coral fragments, which are heralded from the... Heralded? What the... They're coral from the Dragon Palace. Yeah, they're Herald from the Dragon Palace. I don't know. Harold from Hey Arnold? I don't know. Apparently he's from a Palace of Dragons. I knew he was Jewish, though, but I guess that also means that you're from a Palace of Dragons. Either way, let's bloom. Hey, 3. I sense a trend of 3 for the price of 1, Grandma. Yeah, I don't know. Let's do that. And I get the feeling we're missing a tree. Because I always do this. Every time I miss a tree. I have never once had to play through this game where I got all the trees in the first run because I'm just too lazy to count to 15. And it is nighttime. Wow, I missed 3. I suck. Alright, all trees have been bloomed. You get 6 praise once you've bloomed your last one to indicate that you've done it. I don't know why I was trying to say accumulate. But I think we're about, well, not running out of time though, but this video's gone on for a pretty long time though. But anyway, before we end off here, we want to go talk to Ms. Orange. Such a dreary evening, isn't it? Konohana's falling leaves remind me of tears. And she promises you cherry cakes. Now, check out the way that she cooks. This is awesome. Shungoku Satsu! Well, Capcom, you sure forgot to adjust that for widescreen. But anyway, that is a reference to, well, pretty much just about every Capcom fighting game ever. Well, most of them. So yeah, there's Capcom referencing themselves. Well, technically Clover referencing Capcom, but either way. And there's Mr. Orange says that it's time to perform his last dance after all the trees come back to life. If only he could harness it, he would arrive with the Konohana Shuffle. It's a forbidden dance, he sounds well on that. And he wants to perform the Konohana Shuffle to bring back the Konohana Blossom. So, yes, that is actually what we're going to be doing in the next episode. So, next time on Let's Play Okami, we are going to go see Mr. Orange perform the ceremony to bring back the Konohana Blossom to the way that it was, which is Sakuya's tree, alright? See you guys then.